Hello everyone and welcome back to the Amped Up Hardcore Survival series, where we have just hit day 200 in our world, which is great. And we've got ourselves a fresh set of wings so we can fly around the world now. And as it is the 200th day, it's time for us to take the next bite of cake. Although I'm not hungry at the moment, so I guess I better work with a bit of hunger like this. And again, there we go. Okay, it's time to take a slice of cake as it's day 200. There we go, day 200 has been reached. And we've made a lot of progress in the world so far. And we're going to be making a lot more today. It's going to be a big episode. I'm going to do a lot of terraforming. We're going to be working on the next level up of the mountain today. So all of this area along here is going to change. And we're going to have some farms built as well. Because although I've got the elytra, I have only got 45 rockets and I have no other way of getting new ones. So we're going to be building sugarcane farms and creeper farms and all of that good stuff. So let's get to it. So I started off by mining out a bunch of amethyst blocks from this geode near our base. We're going to need a lot of these for the build today, so I gathered up the whole geode. And then when that was done, I used my silk touch to gather a few of the crystals. And this is always super nerve-wracking. I'm always so worried I'm going to break the budding blocks by accident. But we got ourselves a good amount of crystals, so now on to the next material. And to gather up this next material, we're going to need to use our elytra to fly out into the ocean to this mycelium biome. It's kind of weird. I'm playing in a amplified world, but for some reason the mushroom fields biomes don't get amplified, so it looks pretty normal. But I gathered up a bunch of mushroom blocks, mushroom stems, and all that stuff, as well as a fair amount of mycelium. And before we get on with the build today, I thought I'd just quickly show my favourite comment from last video, which is this one. Yeah, thanks so much for the nice comment. I'm glad to hear the videos relax you and that you're enjoying the series. Anyway, back to the build. Well, we're back at the village now and we've got our materials gathered up. So we've got a whole lot of mushroom stuff, all this mycelium, and we've got a lot of amethyst as well. So you can probably tell from those materials that we're not going to be doing any normal kind of landscape. We're going to be going for quite a magical looking section of the mountain here. So let's get to terraforming now. I'm going to start off by chopping all the trees down and getting the area ready, and then we're going to start our terraforming. So I started off by roughly mapping out where I want the cliff face to be using stone blocks. It is going to have to overhang the village a little bit, so there'll be a bit of darkness there which we'll have to light up to stop all of our villagers from getting converted into zombies, which would be a bit unfortunate. But anyway, once I've mapped out the cliff face, I filled in the gaps with stone bricks. And once I had the cliff fully completed for this section of the mountain, I started replacing all of the grass on this little plateau with mycelium. So we've got a nice purple base for us to start building our magical land on. And finally, I added a few of these amethyst crystal clusters just scattered around the mountain face, every here and there. Well, I have been terraforming for quite a long time now, but I think the mountain's starting to look really cool. It looks quite magical. I like all the crystals that are around, and the mycelium floor looks really cool. I've got a few more things I want to add before we start building the farms, which are going to be going into the sides of the mountain here. So we have this space here, which at the moment is just a giant pit. But we are going to be adding to this a magical lake. So I'm going to be doing the glass technique, where you use purple glass layers to make a kind of a hazy lake looking thing, and we'll hope it looks good. I've also got a lot of mushroom blocks because I want to build a giant mushroom tree around here somewhere, and I'm probably going to get rid of these chorus fruit plants because I don't think they look great, but they are satisfying to chop down. So I'm going to get to building that lake now, and I'll get back to you guys when that is done. Well, the good news is the lake is now finished. The bad news is I think I forgot to press record on the recording of making this thing, so there's no time lapse, which is super annoying. Although I did have to keep going back and forth to get glass because I really underestimated how much glass this thing would need. Yeah, I think I had to make about 3 or 4 trips to refill my purple glass up. Oh my god, let's just deal with this guy. I think he's got knockback 3000 on his bow, so... Oh my god, I can't hit him. What? Okay, Anyway, ignore that. Yeah, the lake's finished, and I think it looks really cool. I like the purple. I think I like the end rods in there. They light it up a little bit underneath. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And it's getting dark now, so we can see what this place looks like in the dark. I really like the shader pack, what it does to the amethyst crystals. It makes them glow in the dark a little bit, which is quite nice, and it really makes the area look a lot more magical. Yeah, so we've got one more thing to build up on this plateau, and that is going to be over here. We're going to be building a giant mushroom tree. I've got loads of mushroom blocks from when I visited the mycelium island earlier, and oh yeah, I like that lake. That's great. Yeah, so the mushroom tree, sorry, is going to be built over here, probably in the center of these 3 crystals here. And I think I'm going to get rid of all of these now because, yeah, I don't like them. Anyway, let's get to building the mushroom tree right now. Well, I'm just about finished building the mushroom now, and it started snowing up here, which I thought looked pretty cool, and I think the whole cliff looks pretty magical when it's snowing, especially with these crystals lighting up like this. I'm just going to get rid of this spider, and then we'll go and take a look at the mushroom. Nice. Okay. So... okay, it's raining down here. But there's the mushroom so far. I really like the shape of it. I like the shape of the red bit at the top. I think the stem could be a bit better, and the brown mushroom here I might expand a little bit. I really like these little mushrooms, especially because they give off light to stop things like this from spawning. Because that would really... oh, and this. I'm going to go sleep, and then we'll go look at this thing during the day. Right, so the view from the village down here after sleeping. Oh, that looks really nice up there. I got my spyglass, I do. I think it looks really cool from the village. Yeah, I need to get rid of all these things. But yeah, I think the mushroom looks great from down here. Oh, one other thing I meant to show you guys is this villager I got. It's kind of annoying, but kind of really cool. So we have our efficiency 5 villager here. And he's also selling mending, which is such a good villager. But unfortunately, we've already got a mending guy here. And he's a little bit cheaper. And he gives us riptide as well, which is whatever. Anyway, back to the mushroom. Yeah, I think it looks really great. I do think the stem needs a bit more work. It's too flat on this side. I think I can expand this brown mushroom a bit. So I'm going to work on it a little bit more, and then I'll get back to you guys when that's done. Okay, so I finished tweaking around with the design now, and I think it looks a bit better. Yeah, I like the stem a lot more now. I've built it up a bit down the bottom, and I might cut off maybe that block there. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. One thing I have noticed is whilst building here, there's a lot of noises coming from down here. I'm going to have to light that up, I think. Otherwise, we are going to have a lot of trouble with mobs. I do need to make sure I can get out. Let's make it 4 wide so I can fly out. Yep, there's a creeper there. Okay, I'm going to go light this up to stop the mountain from being completely overrun by mobs. Well, I think that's me done building for today. I've got a lot of these new brown mushrooms put in, just little tiny ones all darted around the mountain, which I think add a fair bit. I've also put a lot of lanterns down, and I thought I got rid of all these chorus plants, but apparently there's still one left, so let's get rid of this guy now. Let me know what you guys think. I might re-add them. I'm not totally sure how I feel about them. If you guys like them, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely add them back in. But for today, I think that's all we have time for. We have our magical mountain here complete, ready for our farms to be put in the next episode. And we're going to get rid of those chests as well. But for today, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.